What's up, guys? Welcome to the Jackal Tackle, and welcome to a different type of video. I will looking at football. I haven't done football yet, but I will be doing more footballing content in the near future with the Premier League starting. As you can see, I am a Manchester United fan. Um, I really didn't. This is a Premier League prediction video, and I really didn't. I wasn't biased towards. I didn't try to be. Um, yeah, let's get started with my predictions. In 20th, I've got Watford. Basically, just because of the manager. The manager only has 38 games experience as a pro. Okay, so I also think he's going to be the first to be sacked. Um, he he's at Watford. Watford doesn't really have much. They don't take long to sack a manager. If he doesn't perform, he gets sacked. We all know this about Watford, and that is why Watford will be my um, 20th. Watford will get the wooden spoon. Then in 19th, I'm going with Norwich. I feel Norwich just aren't strong enough. They did win the championship pretty convincingly, but I don't feel they have enough. They haven't added enough to their team. Only like Gilmore, and they have this Rashira from Werder Bremen. He looks pretty decent, but I don't think he's going to be enough. I think they're going to have to rely too much on guys like Pookie and Cantwell. But I think people like that will keep them in the relegation battle until the end. Then for me, just above Norwich, I'm going with Burnley. I don't think Burnley again, not enough transfer activity. And they did struggle at the end of last year. They played poorly at the end, and it's gonna be sad seeing Burnley go down, but they had a good run at least. I think one of the worst things for them is Chris Wood was on was in the Olympics, and so he will take a break and he will miss their start, and their start is really tricky. So that momentum at the end or at the beginning could have been crucial, but I think because of that, won't have such a good they won't have such a good season. Narrowly avoiding the drop, I went with Newcastle. Uh, I think Newcastle again. Just they didn't sign anyone as far as I know. So I think they're gonna struggle. Steve Bruce isn't a great manager. Plays really old brand of football. I don't think he's good enough, and I think that's why the only reason I think they're gonna avoid a drop is because of players like St. Maximan and Callum Wilson, and maybe if Ryan Fraser can get back to his Bournemouth days, if they can get uh, if they can get a bit of momentum, I think they will stay up. But I think it's gonna be close between Burnley and Newcastle. Also, the next team I think is also gonna be close is the playoff winners, Brentford. The only reason I think Brentford are going to stay up is because of Ivan Toney and their five at the back season, of five at the back system. Five at the back does really well for newcomers in the Premier League. If you look back like at Sheffield United and Wolves, both played with five at the back and both overly overperformed in the first season. That's the only reason I think Brentford will stay up, and Ivan Toney will score goals. His mentality also tells me he will be very crucial to Brentford, talking about setting new records and stuff in the Premier League. So his mentality is right, and I think that will be crucial. They also have a midfielder named Canos, and he looks really promising. Possibly, if you need a budget player for your fantasy Premier League, look at Canals from Brentford. Moving on to 15th, I've gone with Southampton. I think Southampton are going to struggle again this season. I think they are going to be in the relegation scrap. And just because they also didn't buy enough players, and losing Danny Ings is going to be crucial to them. It's really going to be hard. If they don't replace him, they will struggle. And if you look at the end of their last season after the 9-0 loss, I think they really struggled, and I think that will continue into the next season. And the only reason I think they're going to stay up is because of Ralph Hasenhüttl. I think he's a really good coach, and I think that he will be able to turn the season around and help them to stay up. After them, I went with Palace. I think Crystal Palace, in the mid-table zone. I think Crystal Palace will end up in 14th. They did get that one quality signing, the new centre back, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Especially they have a new manager, Vieira. I think Vieira is going to be very important to them. If he is good, Palace will be good. If he isn't good, Palace might as well get relegated. I think that they're again gonna be really reliant on a guy like Wilfried Zaha, and their attack will be their most crucial asset. But again, when you're in the mid-table zone, relegation zone, you don't really want your attack to be your strongest point. If you look at teams like Newcastle and Burnley and teams like those, they rely on their strong defense and then nick a goal every now and then. I don't think Palace's defense is that good, so Vieira will really need to be good and not over attack. If you understand what I'm saying. But after Palace, I went with Brighton. It was a tough decision for me about who to pick, Brighton or Palace, but I went with Brighton. I think again Porter is a good manager. I don't think there's a doubt about that, where there is a bit of doubt over Vieira. Brighton didn't really, the recruitment was good, but not exceptional. But I think players like Trossard and guys like that will get them into a 13th place finish. And well, they do have Percy Tau, so that is one great player, and I think that he will surely help Brighton to secure the 13th spot. After them, I'm going with Wolves in 12th. I don't think Wolves are a bad team. I just think the other teams are better than them, and I think they will struggle without Nuno this season. But it's gonna be a rebuilding process for them. They lost Nuno, they lost Rui Patricio, but they still have lots of quality like Neves, Moutinho, Traore, Jimenez. They still have lots of quality in the squad, but I think the season is going to be a rebuilding process, and we're going to have to see how their new manager does and their new goalkeeper. If they lose Neves, I think they're gonna struggle, and I think they will still keep the position. Actually, I think there is gonna be a big gap between 13th and 12th. I think that there will be a gap there. I think from 12 on, from 12 down, you will be looking at relegation battlers, but above that, they will be pretty safe. Then I'm going with West Ham. I think West Ham losing. West Ham losing Lingard and possibly Rice. I don't think they're gonna lose Rice, but if they do, they're gonna really struggle. I think Lingard provided that extra spark, and I think losing him will be hard for West Ham. And with the extra pressure of playing in Europe, I think 11th is good for West Ham, and I don't think they will be too disappointed about that. I don't think anyone expects them to overperform as they did last season. So yeah, after West Ham, I've gone with Everton in 10th, my first top 10 club. Uh, Not really. If you compare their two windows to last season's window, this one is pretty average. Like James and Alan and the Core last season. This season, I think they got Townsend and players like that. And Gray is a solid signing. Premier League proven, but I don't. I think with Rafa, I think Rafa is the main reason they will still be in the top 10. And uh, players like James really should step up the season if they can keep him fit. Top 10 will be in their radar, and I think they will be able to get 10th place. After that, I've gone with Leeds. I think it's just because they're so well drilled and they have Bielsa. But they still have lots of quality. Calvin Phillips, Harrison, and Bamford. So I think because they're so well drilled teams really do good in the Premier League, and I think because of that they will. I don't think they will get second season syndrome, and I think they will perform. And yeah, I think they will get 9th above Everton. After that, I'm going with Arsenal. This is a controversial pick, but I don't think Arsenal did enough in the transfer window to be seen as a threat for the top 6. Look, if you're gonna sign Ben White and think he's gonna fix all your problems at the back, you're making a big mistake. He isn't that good that you can think that he will shore up your defense and that you will be able to do better. Yeah, I can't understand what happened to Arsenal. I was such a great club, and now look where they are. There's just their overall squad isn't good enough, and if you look, I don't think Arteta is either. I don't think he's on the level of the top managers in the league, and I think as long as they have Arteta, they won't come back in the top 6. That's my opinion. After Arsenal, I've gone with Villa. Villa is having a great transfer window. Okay, so they did lose Jack Grealish, of course, Mr. Villa, but the players they brought in is brilliant. Bondia from Norwich, and then looking at players like Leon Bailey, and they got Ashley Young back, and Tuan Zebe is also back, and then Ings, they got Danny Ings also. Danny Ings is going to be a great signing for them. He's going to score goals guaranteed. He and Watkins will combine for tons of goals, and I think that's why they will come above Arsenal. And after Arsenal, after Villa, I'm going with Arsenal's rivals, Tottenham. I think Tottenham, they have Nuno now. And I think Nuno is quality. I think he is good enough to get Tottenham back in the top 6. I do believe their recruitment has been better than Arsenal. And if they keep Harry Kane, top 6 will be guaranteed. Harry Kane is also will also be my Golden Boot winner. I think even if he stays at Tottenham or he joins City, he will win the Golden Boot. I just think Spurs with their recruitment has been better, and there is a possibility of signing Martinez, I see. If they sign Martinez, they will really be a threat to my next pick, Leicester in 5th, but I'll get to that now. So I think Nuno will need time to adjust, but I think he is good enough to get Tottenham back in the top 6. Then moving on to Leicester. in fifth. My last team before the top four. I think the Foxes, they have recruited decently. No real big name players, but they did do decently in the window. The most important thing is they managed to keep some of their best players. And even if they sell Madison to Arsenal, I still think they will be good enough to get the fifth position for the third time in a row. I don't think they will be in the top four again and then fall out again at the end. I think this time they will battle it out between Tottenham and Villa for fifth place, and I think they will win that battle. Moving on to my top four. Now, this was really tricky to pick. I think the top four will run away with it. I don't think it will be close. I think there will be a gap between fourth and third, but it's really close. Okay, so for me, fourth in the Premier League, Liverpool. I think just they have Virgil van Dijk back. That's massive. But he will need time to resettle and to form a connection with Konate, who will also need to settle in the Premier League. Remember, he is not Premier League proven. He doesn't come from the Premier League. So the importance for Liverpool is that Konate and Van Dijk settle quickly, and I don't think that is possible. Just because Virgil's injury took him out for so long, and Konate is new to the Premier League, I think they will struggle there. And then just the midfield is average. They have lost Wijnaldum. I don't think he was such a great player anyway. And they have leaks in defense. I see Robertson may be out with an injury now, so I think Liverpool will get fourth and rebuild from that. And then just talking about their attack, Firmino and Mane really didn't deliver last season. And if they are going to be so reliant on Salah again, they will again only get fourth. After that, this was also probably a harsh pick, but I'm going with Chelsea in third. Just to explain a bit, I think Chelsea have the ability to drop points against smaller teams. They are the Champions League winners and they do have a solid setup, but I can see them dropping points against smaller teams like, let's say, Burnley or Brighton or teams like that. I can see that happening, and they are going to sign Lukaku now, but I think in Tuchel's system, tons of goals isn't guaranteed, and I think that may cost them, that they're not getting so much goals as usual. But Chelsea could easily also win the league. It will be a 3-horse race in my eyes. I think it will be United, City, and Chelsea in the race, and I think it's going to be a great season to watch because I think it's going to go down to the wire. Moving on, I guess it's time to reveal my champions then. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I am a Manchester United fan, and I have been trying to convince myself that United will win it, because there's lots of doubt still. This is really the first season since I've watched football that I have actually considered United of winning the trophy, and that is why I'm going with my gut, and I'm gonna say Manchester United will win the Premier League, and City will come in second. I think the only reason I'm putting City in second is because I looked at I don't think City have the ability to drop points, or not drop points, to lose against bigger teams. Like, I think they choke always, or mostly choke against United, and they they don't have a great record against Chelsea and Liverpool either. So that's where I think City are gonna fall. Whereas United always have the ability to get the draw in such game, to scrap out the draw like we saw last season. Oli got a lot of stick for that, but he can stay in the big games. That's what I want to say. City did get Grealish, and if they get Kane, they probably will win the league. If they get Kane, and I just think, like I said, I don't think Grealish will have big enough impact to change the mentality at the moment at City, where they struggle to beat the bigger opposition. And then for United, I just think it's for me just because of the signings. Varane and Sancho, great signings, and a possible CDM for United. So I think that will be enough. And United do have their opening fixtures are really easy. So if you can get that momentum building and go on from there, I think United will be able to continue and then at the end lift the title. I'm sure lots of you will disagree with me. So please leave your comments in the comment section. I would love to see your predictions. I would love to see your top 4, your top scorer, and your first to be sacked. And then, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and tell me if I'm an idiot in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Peace.